Phone.
Yeah, I can see you now.
Oh yeah. Okay.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. Doing all right.
Great, great. I'm happy to have you on the show, sir.
Well, I appreciate that, and I'm glad to be on your show.
Great. 10 days removed from LFA 22, your retirement fight. How did that feel for you to close out your career with a win at home in front of your friends and family?
Well, I mean, it was definitely like the perfect situation. So uh, I feel pretty good.
Good, good. Where are you off to today? I noticed you're in your car. I forgot to ask you. Where are you headed to?
Um, I'm with my girlfriend, and I guess she wants to do some shopping, so we're going to do some shopping.
Cool. Well, I appreciate you squeezing me in between that.
No problem.
A lot of guys in MMA, they announce their retirement and then they'll come back and fight again. I know
Yeah.
you originally announced your retirement on The Ultimate Fighter, but you wanted to obviously close out your career kind of the way you did. Uh, is this really it for you, do you think? Or is there some sort of chance that you could be lured back to fighting, or perhaps you just start to miss it again?
Um, uh, you know, freak. Oh man.
I got you, right?
Yeah, I don't really know, man. I tell you what, in my heart, I really do believe that I'm done. I guess it would have to be just really good money for me to come back. I'm no longer doing it because I love the sport. I mean, I do love the sport, but I'm just not there wanting to compete. But a nice paycheck is a nice paycheck, and I think if I got a really great offer, then I may consider it. But nowadays, the way things are, that's kind of hard to come by. So, you know, I'm fine with what I'm doing. I'm fine with also the things I have accomplished.
Absolutely. So, are you actively looking at all, or have you told your your manager I'm done completely, or are you still open to any options?
Well, one, I don't have a manager.
Okay,
Two, I'm not actively looking,
got you.
but I've had people hit me up, man. It's like it's crazy. So, you know, uh, it's a tough decision, but I know that I'm done.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
how did you get selected for your first appearance on The Ultimate Fighter?
I went and tried out. Just went like the old school tryout. You went out there in Vegas. You do the whole grappling for 2 minutes and hit pads and do a personality interview. And Joe Silver, Dana White was there, and they saw something in me, and they chose me for the show.
Wow. So you were on 2 seasons of The Ultimate Fighter. What was it like to get those experiences, and how was that for your career, getting the experience from guys like Jon Jones and TJ Dillashaw?
Um, well, definitely the second season was better than the first as far as my experience. I mean, both seasons I met really great guys that I'm still friends with. But as far as my experience, second season was definitely better than the first. I think the things I learned from TJ Dillashaw will always stay with me. He's a great instructor. He's a great coach. Just a decent person all around. Jon Jones. Jon Jones is Jon Jones, right? So I'm not even gonna speak upon that. But uh, eh,
I did think it
you
was
know,
interesting that looking back at it, he kind of tried to give you that advice at one point during the season. I think that was kind of interesting that that all played out the way it did.
yeah, which really annoyed me that day. I remember that day. It's funny you brought that up. Um, he came to me in a very passive aggressive way. It was like, hey man, cameras is always on you, just do stuff that your kids would be proud of. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I was like, if you got something to say it. First and foremost, John, I'm older than you, and I mean, granted, you've done more in this sport, but I've done more in life.
Hmm.
Like, I fought for the country. I've been to school. I've been around. So don't talk to me like I'm a little kid. And
Hmm.
I guess he heard that I wanted to train with the other team. Well, no, he actually heard that I wanted to go to the other team. And
Mm-hmm.
I had to explain to him, I was like, no, I just want to train with them because I'm out of the tournament. Forget this Team Jones versus Team Sun and crap. that doesn't mean anything. Because all the guys on the show I just met 2 weeks ago. I don't owe no loyalty to anyone.
You're trying to make the most out of your own experience.
Yeah, exactly. I figured since I was taking out the tournament from Luke Barnett, that I figured that I want to train with everybody so I can leave this show just a better fighter.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So so he took that personal, and whatever. Then he tried to tell me about being a better person or with the cameras on, whatever. You know, but yeah, it's kind of interesting you brought that up.
Well, what was your happiest experience as a fighter going through your entire career?
My happiest experience, probably my last fight, man. When my father drove from New York, he drove 26 hours to come to this fight. He'd never been to none of my fights.
Wow.
And he surprised me. He surprised me at the venue with my sister and my grandmother. I was walking and I was looking for my kids because I wanted to give them a couple kisses and hugs before I went in the back and started warming up.
Mm-hmm.
And next you know, I saw my sister out of nowhere, and I'm like, what the hell? And then I saw my father and my grandmother. These are people who have never been to any one of my fights just because where my fight's been located
Right.
and other stuff. But so to have them there, at my last fight, it was a blessing.
Wow. Wow. That's moving, man. I loved your post-fight interview as well. They were all behind you. I loved how you said Floyd copied you. That was great.
Yeah, yeah, hard work, dedication.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what advice would you give to any up-and-comer in the sport of MMA, being that you're kind of at the end of your career and maybe you could look back and give some advice to somebody?
Yeah, well, I would tell anybody that want to fight, to make sure that they really want to fight. At the end of the day, everybody wants to fight until it's time to fight.
Mm,
And what I mean by fighting is it's not about just stepping in the cage, it's about training. If you're not willing to put in that hard work and that dedication, then forget about it. I get people, I got a school, I got a lot of members, but I get people every day that come up to me and sell their pipe dreams. But nobody's willing to put in the work. If somebody come up to me in my gym and say, first day I meet them, I want to fight, I already know they don't want it. If you are not looking at the training and the sacrifices and everything you're gonna have to endure, the good, bad, and the ugly, then I tell you what, man, you're not gonna be successful in this game because it's not pretty, it's not easy. You don't make a lot of money. Most of the time, you don't make no money,
mm,
and breaking your body down, you're taking away time away from your friends, your girlfriend, your wife, your kids. You have to maybe you're gonna have to work to get a second job. I mean a real job to pay for the training, to pay for the supplements, to pay for your regular bills. So don't think you could just train all day in this fight unless you just got it like that. And most people don't. So
hmm
you are gonna have to be ready to put that work in and sacrifice and endure the pain. And if you're willing to do that to achieve your dream, then you will have a good shot.
Wow, that's super powerful. What was your part-time job as you were fighting throughout your career?
Well, I was a personal trainer at 25 Fitness at the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and then I opened up my own MMA gym. So it was always around fitness, which I think is one of the best things. I happened to have a job and I was successful at it. I was a great trainer, whereas I could make my schedule work towards, my training. So, I got lucky like that.
You also have an education though as well, right? Correct?
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that helps a little bit. Speaking of that, what are your plans now that your fighting career's come to a close? Just
Just
invest into
focus.
the gym?
Yeah, yeah, man. Focus on my gym. Like I said, I have 152 members. I got some good fighters coming up. Like next weekend, I got some pro boxers, and a kickboxer, that's gonna be fighting next weekend. And I just love being around motivated people. So it keeps me young. It keeps me grinding. Although I'm not like training camp grinding, but
Mm-hmm.
for me to teach and practice and train and teach and train people, I have to be in some type of shape myself. So it keeps me it keeps me working out so I don't just retire and get fat.
Right. What are you
But
most excited
I
about
mean, if
to
I got fat, she already made it known.
say that
She
again?
very, I said my girlfriend will leave me if I get fat. But she already made it known. She's very superficial.
Got you. You got to stay fit. Got to keep the abs, the six pack,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, 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 yeah. She wants a chocolate thunder.
What are you most looking forward to getting into now that your fighting career is done?
Just spending time with with the people that supported me, with my kids, with my family, with my girlfriend, and just enjoying life a little bit more without. I'm still gonna be working kind of just as hard,
Mm-hmm.
but just without the stress and the pressure of having to perform.
Right.
And I'm
And
not looking forward to cutting weight again.
well, you got a kid in high school too that plays football, right? So it'll be cool to enjoy that time with him. It's kind of
Yeah,
see him come up.
actually, I've been to all his games so far. Except for the night that I fought, which he wasn't there because he was at my fight. But
Mm,
so all this, like other seasons, I would miss games because I have to train or something.
yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm happy to hear you're gonna get all that time back, man. Gilbert,
Yeah.
it's been great to chat with you, sir, and it's been a pleasure to watch you compete and to follow your career over the years. Man, I believe you're a great person. You have a great heart. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors, my friend.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.